Hello, my crafty friends. Welcome back to Angela Shows You. Today, I am going to take this opportunity to do a video on bowl cozies. I'm working on a bunch of them. I have a craft show coming up at the end of the month, and these are a very popular item. So I thought that I would share my what I've learned on making bowl cozies with everybody. I have found that in the bowl cozy patterns that I've purchased, they don't always come with like a video tutorial. They come with some written ones, and actually, bowl cozy template that I bought on Amazon didn't come with anything. So I'm hoping that this is helpful to you if you have a pattern or if you're looking to purchase one. I got this one on Etsy and it was less than $5. The one that I bought on Amazon is actually like an acrylic template. And this one was a little bit more, but it also came with several different sizes. So this is what the one that I got on Amazon looks like. It's got this one here, which they're calling large. This one says it's small, and then this one here is large. So I want to say that when I bought these on Amazon, and it's nice because the small one actually nestles inside the large one. When I bought these, I want to say it was either $15 or $20, which really isn't too bad for three of them, and they're acrylic, which is really nice because they won't. This one here was, I printed this out and I cut it, and as I cut the I've dug into the paper a little bit. It's no big deal. I can print off another one, but these are nice because that's not going to happen with these, and there's multiple sizes. But this, I really like this. This is my favorite. I feel like this makes a very good size bowl cozy. So I haven't even used the acrylic ones yet. But these are an option just in case you're looking. Oh, and it also came with a teeny tiny one. And printed right on them, it tells you the materials that you need. So this one tells you to cut two 11-inch cotton fabric squares and 11-inch cotton batting squares, and it tells you where the folds are supposed to be. I believe for these, you have your fabric cut or folded in four, and then so you would fold it over and then fold it again, place these edges on the fold, and then cut. Like I said, these did not come with instructions at all. Partially why I haven't used these yet, because I need to do a little bit of research on exactly how I cut them. So I like this one because this is it right here. You fold your fabric in half. You place this edge along the fold where the fabric is folded in half. You place this edge along the fold, and you cut. You just follow this and cut it. I use a rotary cutter, and I just go up one side, down the other side, and then I cut along the edge, and then I usually use my rotary cutter, and I just up and down, and then what you end up getting looks like this. And I've got the batting cut out as well. This tells you when you print it to print it at 100%. No, don't size it at all. Print it out at 100%. You need two 12 by 12 pieces of cotton fabric and two 12 by 12 pieces of cotton batting. And it's recommended that you also use cotton thread. The reason why you want cotton is because that makes these microwavable, which is nice because you can put your bowl right in it, stick it in the microwave, heat it up, and pull it right out using this in the microwave. Or if you're like me, I never remember to put my bowl in my bowl cozy before I put it in the microwave. So I hold my bowl and then I take the bowl cozy and I kind of pinch it over and I grab the lip of the cup and kind of, do one of these and take it out of the microwave that way. But they are microwavable, which is awesome. And then also when I'm at craft shows, I like to tell my customers that these are not only good for using them in the microwave, but if you're enjoying a bowl of ice cream in the summer, it's nice to use the bowl cozy because then you're not holding on to a cold bowl of ice cream as well. It's very nice if you know somebody who has any kind of sensory issues, any neuropathy, etc. It's nice because a lot of times people have a little bit of cold sensitivity in their fingers. So it's nice to offer this as a potential solution for ice cream or even chilled soup or even a bowl of fruit. Some people are way their sensitivity is definitely more pronounced than others. So it's nice to offer something like this not only as a solution for hot items but cold items as well. So because I purchased this, I don't want to give away, too much of the exact dimensions as far as the sizing of the cut. These are very inexpensive. Like I said, I think that I got this on Etsy. The name is Lorrie, Lorrie, Nune, Maker Creative. At the bottom here, it just says Lorrie Nune. I think that's how you pronounce it. Nune, Nune, Maker / bowl cozy, and it's Koozie is how she has it spelled. So if you want to go on and purchase this, if you don't already have a bowl cozy template but you're interested in it, this is by far my favorite. It makes a nice sized finished product, and I don't have to mess too much around with the small, medium, and large. This one just makes a really nice finished size product. So what you do is you've got your 2 pieces of your material cut, you've got your 2 pieces of your batting cut. So then what you do is you want to take your first piece that doesn't have any stitches in it yet. You want to stitch from, you take from the dip to the dip mark on both sides. So you end up with this. Then what you want to do is you're going to fold and you're going to make a stitch from corner to corner. so that you start getting pinch marks. So then you're going to take it, you're going to fold it in half the other way, and you're going to stitch and then you're going to take the last one and you're going to do the same. And that gives you the beginnings of your bowl. So there you go. You've got now what looks like, it's starting to look like a bowl. So you've got your lining and you've got your outer. I have actually done quite a few bowl cozies where I do a pattern inside and outside. It's just this one here. I mean, probably pretty much anything Christmassy is going to look good together, but I really liked having the solid. And the other one nice thing about doing two different fabrics, two different prints, because these can actually be reversible. So it's nice because then, you know, the person could have whichever they wanted facing the outside. You could put the snowflakes outside like this, or when it was finished, you could have the snowflakes inside and the red outside, and then, you know, you'd be looking at the snowflakes. But what you want to do is one of your pieces is going to go, you're going to turn it because you want your two right sides to be facing together. You're going to nest them into each other, lining up your side, your corners here, and then your peaks, your corners. So it takes a little bit of playing with. You want to get it lined up all nice. This project is pretty forgiving. You know, it doesn't have to be lined up exact, and it's really hard, I think, to line it up exact anyway, because you have two pieces of material and you've got two pieces of batting, so it gets to be a little bit on the thick side. So you get them all lined up, and then you go ahead and you're gonna either pin or clip kind of, you know, around in whatever interval you're comfortable with, so that as you're sewing, anything doesn't move around. Don't forget that you want to leave yourself your turn hole, so you want to stitch around, leaving yourself an opening. So what I tend to do is I like to start in one of the little dips, and I'm going to just make a couple little stitches, and I am going to back stitch, and then I'm going to come forward again. And the reason I like doing that is because this is pretty thick, and I want a real secure stitch when I'm turning it right side out. So I'm going to go forward just a couple stitches and back. I'm going to give myself some space, and I'm going to come up and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go back and forth, giving myself a nice stitch. Leave your needle down, pivot, and you're going to go all the way around. And then I try to, when I get to here, when I get to all of these guys, because this ends up getting to be a lot, I try and fold it down a little bit. You can really hear your machine working. Sometimes I find that I need to either push this way or just give the back. I don't want to say I pull it, but I I pull lightly just because this is a lot. And when you get in these when you get on these really stitched sections, I find on my machine sometimes it just needs that little bit of guidance to get going again, because there's just so much there. So we're at getting to that. Okay, so we have gone all the way around. What I like to do when I've gone around, what I like to do is I like to just take a look at both sides, especially if it's everything's not lined up 100%, because I just want to make sure that I haven't gone off the material, because then when you pull it through, you're going to have a hole. We left a turning gap. So then the next thing that you want to do is, I do like to clip my corners because it does help your corners. Be careful, you don't want to clip into your threads in the corners. But it does help your corners so that you get nice square corners in your project. So then find your turning gap. Oh, here it is. My finger was on it. And so for my turning gap, I used about three finger widths for my turning gap. This is thick, so you want to leave space. I've also, a little helpful tip, I hope. I purchased the already cut bowl cozy batting, filling, whatever you want to call it, on Amazon. I do not recommend that product at all. It was very, very stiff. This cotton batting, I bought it at Joann's. I showed, I'll grab a package of it. I showed it yesterday or the day before in one of the videos that I posted. This is actually the one that I purchased. I think it's for blankets, but I like it because it's very soft and flexible. The one that I got on Amazon was it was very stiff, and I left my three finger width opening, and I can't get it to turn right side out for anything. I mean, my fingers were hurting. I was trying and trying and trying and trying. I was like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. So you get it turned, and then what I was doing while I was talking was I was actually just kind of working on poking, poking the holes, or I mean the corners. I was just trying to poke the corners with my finger a little bit so that they made points. And that's why you want to trim the corners after you sew, so that you don't have a lot of bulk in there, and that lets you work that and make a little bit of a pointed corner. So then what you're going to do is you're going to top stitch, because you need to close up your turning gap. So you just want to, work it a little bit, fold them in, fold your inner and your outer inwards a little bit. I have a little thread there. All right. So those are, I can see a little bit of the batting. All right. So then what you're going to do is I'm just trying to smooth it out a little bit. Couple little threads there. So then you're just going to top stitch all the way around. A little bit close, because you want to get that, you want to get your, where you where you had your turn gap. So I go a little close. This is a little bit under the 1/4 inch mark. My machine is definitely working on here, because you've got several layers. So you will probably find that you really need to work the material and try and push a little bit away as much as you can. There we go. So voila, we've got a nice completed reversible bowl cozy. We got that top stitch nice and close to the corners. You could, if you're making these to sell, sometimes they tend to get pretty wrinkly. So I will very often go ahead and give these a quick press with the iron, just to kind of try and smooth it out a little bit. It also is nice to give it a little bit of a press because then you get that nice crisp corners. So when you're displaying them, you know, they will kind of stand up nice. And these are nice when you're selling them because if you do a couple of the same one, what I tend to do is I would take this one and I would leave the snowflakes face out, and then I would take this one, which is it's actually the same pattern. Give your corners a nice poke. I did that one, but I can poke out a little bit more. So then what I would do when I'm displaying these is I would take this one and maybe leave it, you know, the snowflake side out, and then I would put this one with the snowflake side in. And then when I display them, I would kind of nestle them like this. That way people can see that they're reversible, and it just kind of, you know, highlights different. It's especially nice to do that when you're using different fabrics, but this one I decided to go with a solid red. I think that a solid green would also look really pretty in here. This particular fabric has 2 different shades of green and then 2 different shades of red, so I just chose a real nice Christmas red. But I've also done these with various flowers that I've done, 2 different flower materials. So I wanted to just do a quick show again as well of the batting that I purchased. So this, I got this at Joann's. I bought it last week during 4th of July. They were having a big sale. But I've purchased this particular brand multiple times before. I really like it. It's very soft and flexible. This is, you know, it's nice. It's easy to work with. So I purchased actually 2 packages of these because they were on sale for about $5 a package. So I thought that that was pretty reasonable. I'm actually getting I'm getting 4 bowl cozies out of the package. Plus, so this was the package that I used for that. So I've got the 4 cozies, but then I also have quite a bit of material or batting left that wasn't quite big enough. This would probably work, and I might play around a little bit with the templates that I got on Amazon because they have smaller sizes. Or I might use this just for something else completely, but I did end up getting 4 bowl cozies out of this because you keep in mind you need 2 pieces of material, you need 2 pieces of fabric. This does come in other sizes too, so I like the smaller size. It's probably a little bit more cost effective to get a bigger package, but I like this because it's also very easy because you have to cut it on the fold. I don't have a real big table, so I just find it easier sometimes to have a little bit of a smaller piece. I can have my fold, maneuver it around on the table a little bit and cut it. If I had a bigger workspace, I would probably definitely be all for, okay, let me get a gigantic piece, because usually the bigger ones end up costing less per yard than a smaller package does. And if you were making these to sell, as we discussed the other day in the how to price your products, this is something that you want to take into consideration. So this was about $5 for the package. I got 4 bowl cozies out of it, so you figure about $1.25. Well, actually a little bit less because I've got quite a bit left over too. So I've about $1 worth of the batting and then the cost of the material. I have generally found that I can get, if you buy yardage, you can get quite a few off of them. A fat quarter, you can't really get 2 because a fat quarter is 17 by 21 or 18 by 21. So you can't quite get 2 of this size out of a fat quarter. If you made some of the smaller ones, you could probably get 2 out of a fat quarter. So then you just would want to look to make sure, that you're getting a decent thickness of material. You want to keep that in mind when you're making them. Don't get a real thin cotton material. I try to use something a little bit thicker, knowing that I'm using this, I'm microwaving it, you're gonna wash it. So I just want to make sure that I'm using a higher quality of material so that it stands up to being used. So I do hope that you have found this helpful. You can either get the pattern on Amazon, or I bought the one on Etsy. It was just a couple dollars. I'll give you the name of it again so that you don't have to go backwards or watch this again. This one was from Lorrie, Lorrie Nune Maker. So Lorrie Noon Maker / bowl cozy, and she spells it Koozie. This was the template. Fold your material in half, line this up on the material so that you've got it. You're cutting on the fold, you cut out your edges, you cut out in here, and then follow the process that we went through in this video. I do hope that you have found this helpful. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. It will help the channel, it will help me grow, and it also will help me know what people are interested in seeing. And if you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe to Angela Shows You. And if you are looking to if you don't want to make bowl cozies, but you would like to purchase some, you can also visit my website, www.sohandydesigns.store, and I will have the bowl cozies listed on the website very soon. I don't have them posted just yet, but they are coming in the future. However, I do have car coasters and purses and tote bags and all kinds of other stuff that we have made on this channel or will be making in the future. So if you are wanting to maybe not make one but buy one as a gift for somebody, then www.sohandydesigns.store is my web address. Thank you so much for your time today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye. See you in the next one.